Hello, welcome back to Weekend First Edition this Saturday morning. I'm Alex Thomas. Great to have your company. We begin this half an hour with breaking news. Tropical Cyclone Fina, that's already made landfall in the north of the country, has just been upgraded to a Category 3 storm. Let's speak to our senior meteorologist, Rob Sharp. Rob, what does this mean?
So we can now call Fina severe tropical cyclone Fina, and it's now producing very destructive winds at its core. So the sustained winds are 120 kilometres an hour now, and the gusts could approach as high as 185 kilometres an hour later on today. So this system has been strengthening this morning. I believe that it was close to Cat 3 all of this morning, and was a little bit stronger than what the Bureau were suggesting, but they've now upgraded the system, and I completely agree with them that it is a Category 3 system. You can see it spinning away there. Very small, tight-knit system that has been running through the Van Diemen Gulf this morning. It is drenching the eastern side of the Tiwi Islands, where we're likely to see those very destructive winds. And you can see the rain totals at our observation centres have been pretty decent. Darwin's now up to 20 millimetres. Now that consistent moderate rain has set in, and it's just going to increase as we move through today. I don't expect any gaps in the wet weather there, but we've seen totals in excess of 200 millimetres for some. So it is a dangerous weather system, likely to remain Category 3. I expect damaging to locally destructive winds for Darwin. The very destructive winds are only a chance for Darwin if the system slides slightly further south than this track. So if it stays on this track, Darwin should escape the very destructive winds, but we can't guarantee that because, as you can see from that white shading, there's potential that this system could even direct hit Darwin. That's the potential track anywhere in that white shaded area. So it is a system we're having to watch very carefully because it is now a severe tropical cyclone and it poses those very high-end risks. Also, heavy rain could even become intense rain at times, with hundreds of millimetres of possibility for some through today and into tomorrow. And so for Darwin itself, the worst of the weather should be coming through late this afternoon into tonight and overnight into early tomorrow before we then see a gradual easing trend in that weather.
Let's go back live to Matt Cunningham, who we spoke to earlier this hour. Matt, I guess it won't surprise you that that's been reclassified, considering what you were telling us earlier about how the situation's worsening.
And that's continuing to happen, Alex. We really are seeing the rain come down, but more importantly, the wind pick up here in Darwin. Now a Category 3, a severe tropical cyclone, is the classification for Fina, which is heading towards Darwin, and we really are feeling the impact of that system as we speak. The next 6 to 8 hours are really going to tell the story here. We are expecting by about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon to be feeling the worst impacts of this cyclone, and that will include winds of up to 150 kilometres per hour. So people are taking the advice that's been issued by the authorities. It's turned into a bit of a ghost city at the moment. Everything's shut down. Everyone's gone home. There were a few people walking around here early this morning. They've all gone home as well. We're safe where we are. We're under shelter next to a building. But yeah, the situation is getting quite serious here. This cyclone is now moving more quickly towards Darwin and is stronger than authorities were anticipating yesterday. So the situation is a serious one, and authorities are urging anyone who might be out and about to get home now and to get indoors. And they're also saying that if you don't believe that your own home is safe, then you can start looking for an alternative place to shelter. Cyclone shelters will also be opening. So it is a developing situation, Alex, but right now conditions worsening by the minute here in the top end.
Yeah, even with that microphone cover on, Matt, we can hear the wind picking up behind you. We spoke to Chief Minister Finocchiaro on the show a little bit earlier. She was confident that authorities are ready and prepared. Is that your assessment too?
Well, as prepared as they can be, I guess. You know, these cyclones can be unpredictable, and we're witnessing that this morning. So we're going to see a more intense cyclone, it looks like, than had been predicted. I was here 7 years ago for Tropical Cyclone Marcus. It took a very similar path to Fina. It was only a Category 2, and yet it did an enormous amount of damage. There were trees down right across Darwin. There were millions of dollars of damage that was done to property. Thankfully, no lives were lost and there were no serious injuries in Tropical Cyclone Marcus, and authorities will be hoping that that is the case again today. But, you know, we really do need to reiterate that message that this is a serious situation and that people do need to take shelter now as this cyclone approaches.
Absolutely, and we really hope that you stay safe as well, Matt. All the best. Cheers.
It's always wonderful to have your company. Good morning to you. It's 10 o'clock in Sydney, 8 a.m. in Perth. This is Weekend Live. Let's go straight to our top story this morning. Severe tropical cyclone Fina has intensified to a Category 3 system as it speeds towards Darwin. Live to Matt Cunningham. Matt, it's moving quicker and stronger than expected. And what's the situation there?
Well, things are getting more serious by the minute, really, Holly. It's been raining all morning, but in the last couple of hours we've seen this wind pick up. Now, we have seen this system develop into a Category 3, a severe tropical cyclone Fina. The worst of the impact is expected to be felt in the mid-afternoon today, around 4 or 5 p.m. Darwin time, and that's expected to continue for another 12 hours or so after that. But even right now, as we're just getting the edge of this cyclone here in Darwin, we are seeing some significant rain and winds that are getting stronger and stronger. Now, when we see the eye of that cyclone pass, those winds could get up to 150 kilometres an hour. We heard this morning from the Chief Minister, Finocchiaro. She's urging everyone to stay safe.
It is a very serious situation, but we're well prepared, and Territorians have been working towards getting their cyclone kit preparation and their emergency preparation underway for a good week now. Here in Darwin, people have stripped the shelves bare at our shopping centres, and so people should have enough stores and supplies to look after themselves safely in their homes for about a 72-hour period, if that is what is required. And our teams have been out ready.
So at the moment, the Weather Bureau's tracking map has the eye of this cyclone travelling through the Van Diemen Gulf just north of Darwin. But we know, Holly, these systems can be unpredictable. It's already much stronger and moving more quickly than the Bureau was anticipating yesterday. So the worst case scenario will be that the eye of that cyclone makes a direct hit on Darwin. That is not something that is out of the realms of possibility right now. Either way, we're going to see those damaging winds picking up later this afternoon. So the message to everyone now really is to get indoors, to have your cyclone plans in place and to stay safe.